Other than that, I mean, those are guys that definitely their volume is looking better than many probably expected in the offseason. The other way, as I mentioned, people could get big upgrades is surrounding talent, and especially at the offensive line. A guy I see that with one of the best went from one of the worst offensive lines to potentially one of the top ones in the league just in one fell swoop would be Nick Chubb with the Browns. They were horrendous last year, and then they just really secure. They were okay on the interior line, but their tackle play was just some of the worst I've ever seen. And then they go and get Jack Conklin. They draft Jedrick Wills as their first-round pick. Get Kevin Stefanski, a run-heavy guy in there. I get Kareem Hunt, a full season of him, and there's some splits. I don't know if you'll have discuss some of those. Certainly is worrisome, but yet those upgrades on the line, like I feel like Chubb could lead the league in rushing. What do you think of this offense and Nick Chubb in general for next year?
I think you nailed it, man. I mean, the Hunt splits weren't amazing. Chubb went from being like the RB6 to the RB15 when Hunt was there. Hunt was able to be the RB17. So, I mean, they were both giving you RB2 PPR value even on the field at the same time because, I mean, so Chubb was having this awesome like 80% snap rate usually, and then Hunt came back and it kind of went down to 60, 70. But they were really using a whole lot of 2 RB formations, using Hunt out wide as a true receiver. And you look at their depth chart, I mean, I think David Njoku is going to play a little bit more than people think alongside Austin Hooper, but they really did not add a number 3 wide receiver. So I think we can kind of safely project them to, again, not use all that many 3 wide receiver sets, which is good news for both these running backs. Like you said, man, I mean, with that happening last year, Chubb had 298 carries. I mean, almost 1,500 rushing yards. The guy's incredible. He's like a more agile Derrick Henry almost out there. He's in the same situation as Henry and Josh Jacobs where, like, it'd be great if they could have more pass game work. I think all those guys could do good things with more targets. And, you know, maybe if there's a couple injuries, if Kareem Hunt gets hurt, I mean, Chubb's going to ball out. If Chubb gets hurt, Hunt's going to ball out. So, like, they have that RB1 overall ability if they get the targets. But if not, we're still looking at over 300 touches just from the rushing workload. So, I mean, it's, you know, we talk about you want the pass game floor. 300 touches, 300 rush attempts isn't a bad floor as well.
No, especially because of, I keep bringing up zone blocking schemes. We talked about with Raheem Mostert. I just love it's like magic to me. I was an offensive lineman back when I played ball, and like when you just see a line that works in cohesion and it's just a beautiful thing, a good zone blocking scheme. And Stefanski trained under the Kubiak master of it all. And we saw what it did for Dalvin Cook last year, obviously an elite talent, but when you put him in a system that just fits everything so perfectly, the guy was insane last year, and I totally could see Nick Chubb. He's already such a good runner. We all know how great he is, but with his vision and his agility and the ability to break tackles, I mean, this guy, yards after to me, it's going to be that perfect marriage. And I do see those touches kind of favoring Chubb a little bit more because the offense just seems built more to his strengths. Kareem Hunt's still also an amazing runner too. So like you said, either one could be the RB1 if the other goes down. But yeah, I love Chubb, and that's kind of why I think he could lead the league in rushing is the scheme and the offensive line improvements there. Another guy who